Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now we continue with the question number 4 of your mock examination. The question number 4A is what I have on the board right now, which says that the table below shows the scores of students in a test. And the table that we have in the first row is scores 13, 14, 15, 16, and 18. The second row is number of students 3, 5, 8, 7, 12. The interpretation of this table simply means that 3 students scored 13. The number of students that scored 14 there are 5. Number of students that scored 15 is 8. That of 16 is 7. While that of 18 is 12. In that case, the number of a particular event that will serve as our frequency. Number of students here will be the frequency, while the scores will be the main factor. This one is going to be represented with what? X, while this one we are going to represent this one with F. F here stands for frequency. Now this question now follows by saying that use the table above to determine the mean. You are given this table, determine the mean as part of your Roman figure 1. If you are to determine the mean of this table, your formula for calculating mean is summation fx all over summation f. How are we going to determine our summation fx? And how do we determine the summation f? In that case, we are going to create another row on this with this particular table. We create another row, and that row is going to be for fx. Fx. Fx simply means f multiplied by x. That is our frequency you are going to use to multiply the score. And at the tail end here, you are going to have addition of all the frequency here and addition of all the fx, which we call it summation. Now, before we do the addition, if you multiply 13 by 3, this one will give us 39. Y followed by it, this one will give us 70. 15 multiplied by that of 8, that one is going to give us 120. Y 16 times 7 will give us 112. 18 multiplied by 12, that will give us 216. Now the summation at the tail end, that is the addition of all our frequency. If you added this one up very well, you are going to arrive at 35. And at the same time, the summation of fx, addition of 39 plus 70 plus 120 plus 112 plus 216, this one is going to give us 557. 557. Now, having done that, the formula for calculating mean. In statistics, the symbol for representing mean is x bar. In that case, the formula goes thus as summation of fx all over summation f. Summation simply means addition. This one is not letter E. It is a symbol, it's a mathematical symbol which represents what? Summation. The same thing as we have here. The addition that we've made here, which is equals to 557 divided by 35, which is the summation for frequency. Now, if you divided 557 by 35, this one is going to give you 15.91. It's going to give you 15.91. That is for the mean. Now the next one after it is mode. You are also asked to use this particular table to determine your mode. And as we all know that the definition for mode is the data that have the highest frequency. The data that have the what? Or the value that have the highest frequency in a given data. Let's put it that way. That is the value that have the highest frequency. The value that have the highest frequency in a given data. Which can be otherwise, we say that the value that have, or let's say the value that appear most in a given data, we are still saying the same thing. If you look at this particular table, which values are they really referring to? Is it the number of students or the scores? Is it the number of students that we are going to consider as our answer or the scores? Here, the so-called number of students, which happens to be the frequency, is just a key factor to determine our what? Our mode. If you look at this particular frequency, which one is the biggest number? We have 3, 5, 8, 7, 12. 12 happens to have the highest what? Number. In that case, the number of students that scored 18 have the highest what? Highest frequency. 18 as a score is having what? 12. So in that case, the mode in this particular question is 18, because it's 18 that appear most in the class. Taking for example, we have a set of students in the class, and the number of students that now scored 18, they are 12 in numbers out of 35 students. That is why our mode will now be what? Will now be 18. The next one says that we should also use the table to determine the median. We have to use the table to determine the median. How do we go about this? And in statistics, the median happens to be the value or the figures that falls at the what? Middle. The values that falls at the middle after you have arranged, or let me say after you have rearranged the data from the smallest number to the what? To the biggest number. Now, we have 13 as a score. How many students scored 13? 3 students. In that case, 13 will appear 3 times. We are going to write 13 3 times. 14 is another score in the class. How many students scored 14? 5 students. We are going to write 14 how many times? 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another score that we have is what? 15. How many students scored 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 students scored 15. The next score is what? 16. Scored by how many students? 7. Now we are going to write 16 7 times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next to it is 18. 18 is scored by 12 students. 12 students scored 18. So we are going to write 18 12 times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now the next step we are going to take here is this. After we've arranged our figures or our data from the smallest number, irrespective of the number of appearance. From the smallest number to the biggest was number. We are now going to determine the mean. Here we have 35 words, we have 35 numbers. If we say 30 divided by 2, 30 divided by 2 will give us what? It's going to give us 15, perfectly, 15. Now we are going to count 15 from the beginning and stop wherever we are. And then we also count 15 from the back. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let us stop here. Let's go to the back of the data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now the remaining figures that we have, let's start the counting, one after the other. If you pick one here, let's also pick another one here. Pick one here, pick another one here. In that case, the number that falls to the middle is 16. The number that falls to the middle is 16. Therefore, the median is equal to 16. Our median is equal to 16. That is how we are going to determine median at this particular for this particular question. That is as far as your level is concerned. There are other methods in which mean can also be determined. There's also formula for that. But as far as your level is concerned, this is the best method in which we are to do what? We have to take it. The median for this particular data is equal to 16. The next question under this particular table is also what? Range. We have to determine the range, making use of this table. And we all know that our definition for range is the highest value minus the lowest value in a given data. That is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value in a given data. How are we going to determine that? If you look at the table very well, range is equal to highest value minus lowest value. Here we are going to make use of the highest score. The table is talking about score of text. What is the highest score that we have in the text? The highest score is 18 marks. Why? What is the lowest score that we have in the text? The lowest score that we have is 13 marks. It's 13 marks. Now 18 minus 13, this is going to give us 5. Therefore, the range for that particular table is 5. The range is 5. Now we move to the next question. The next question says that calculate the size of each angle of a regular pentagon. Let me clean up this one. Number B, 4B. Calculate the size of each angle of a regular pentagon. Now this is question under a topic called polygon. is a question under a topic called polygon. And in polygon, the sum of interior angle of a regular polygon is equals to 180 into bracket n minus 2. But the question is asking us to calculate the size of each angle of a regular pentagon. Pentagon means how many sides? Pentagon is equivalent to what? 5 sides. Pentagon is equivalent to what? 5 sides. If pentagon is 5 sides, and we are to find what? The size of each angle, the first thing we are going to do here is that we will first find the sum of the what? All the angles in that particular what? Polygon. We will first determine the sum of all the angles in the polygon. What is the sum of the angles? In this particular write-up, they say the sum of interior angle of a regular polygon is 180 into bracket n minus 2. The n here simply means what? The number of sides. N here indicates the number of sides. In that case, we are going to replace n with 5. We replace n with 5 to determine the sum of what? The angle. Now 180 into bracket, what is n, which is 5, minus 2. That is 180 multiplied by 5 minus 2 will give us what? 3. And in that case, 180 multiplied by 3 is going to give us 540. This one will give us 540. Now, size for each angle. The size of each angle. Size of each angle. How are we going to determine that? If addition of all the angles in 5 angles, if addition of 5 angles give us 540. Get the interpretation right. If addition of 5 different angles give us 540, then what is the value for each of the angle? Each of the angles that we added up together that gave us what? 540. What is the value for each angle? In that case, the value for each angle is going to be the sum of angle in a polygon all over number of sides. All over number of sides. The number of sides is what? Is 5. While the sum of the angles is what? Is 540. In that case, that is 540 all over what? Degree must be there. 540 degree divided by what? The number of sides, which is 5. That will now give us what? 540 divided by 5. This is going to give us 13. 108. 108. 540 degree divided by 5. This is going to give us 108 degree. This simply means that addition of 108 in 5 times is going to give us what? 540. Now, the number of sides, the size of each angle that we are asked to calculate is what? Is 108 degrees. Each angle here is 108 degrees. Now, the next question. The next question is question number 4C. That of question number 4C. Question number 4C says that if x varies inversely as y, if x varies inversely as y, comma, x is equal to 2 when y is equal to 4, then find y when x is equal to 8. Here is a question on the board. If x varies inversely as y, x is equal to 2 when y is equal to 4. Find y when x is equal to 8. Now, let us first interpret the question. How do we interpret the question? The question is in written form. We want to interpret it into mathematical expression. X varies inversely. This is proportionality sign. If x now varies inversely as, that is, inverse means 1 all over as y, 1 all over y. This is not the final mathematical expression. We are going to change the proportionality sign into what? Into equality sign. And the moment we change the proportionality sign to equality sign, we are going to introduce something. And what we are going to introduce is constants. We call it constant. Now, x is equal to k all over y. Here, note that k is equal to what? Constant. K is equal to what? Constant. Now, from the expression, from the question, when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 4. We want to determine the relationship now. X is equal to 2, comma, y is equal to 4. We are going to replace x with 2 and replace y with 4 in this particular word, in this particular expression. Now substitute. Substitute for x and y. We want to substitute for x and y. If we are going to have 2 is equal to k all over 4. In that case, our k here is equal to, we are going to cross multiply here. That is 2 multiplied by 4. K now is equal to 8. K is equal to 8. We have determined the constant. Because I used to tell you that this first information here, whereby you be given all the values for each variables. You have to make use of all that values for each variable to determine your constant. After which you determine your constant finish, you will now go back to the expression here. Go back to this expression. Go and replace your value of k. Replace your value of k with that value. Here we are going to replace k with what? 8. We are going to replace k with 8. We are now going to rewrite this particular expression as, is a substitute for k. We are going to replace this with what? X equals to 8 all over y. This is now what we can refer to as our what? Our relationship. We can refer to this one as what? Relationship. Or you call this, in most cases you may be asked to determine the what? Determine the formula that connects x and y together. If you are asked to determine the formula that connects x and y together, this is the formula they are referring to, not this one. Not this one. This is the real formula that connects x and y together. Here we know the value of constant, but we do not know the value of x and y, the two variables. So this is the formula that connects x and y together, or the formula that connects x and y. Now the solution still continue because it doesn't end here. All what we have done here, they are what? They are like foundation to the final question asked. Because the question says find y when x is equals to 8. All this one, they are preparation. We are preparing to determine the value of y when x is equals to 8. Now, how do we now determine y? We already know that y is now unknown. X is now 8. What are we going to use to determine y? This relationship is what we are going to use. This formula is now stand as formula, is what we are going to use. We now come back here and say that x is equals to 8 all over y. We are going to replace x with 8. Replace x with 8. Is now going to be 8 equals to 8 all over y. Then the next thing here is that we are going to cross multiply. If you cross multiply, this is going to be assumed to be over 1. 8 now, 8 multiplied by y is going to be 8y is equals to 1 multiplied by 8. Let me even write it in full. 8 times y is equals to 8 times 1. This will now give us 8y is equals to 8. Boys and girls, if you have this kind of expression, 8y is equals to 8, and you have to determine the value for y, what are we going to do? We are going to divide both sides by 8. This particular 8. 8y all over 8 is equals to 8 over 8. 8 will cancel 8. 8 will also cancel 8 here. In that case, y is equals to 1. Therefore, when x is equals to 8, y is equals to 1. When x is equals to 8, y is equals to 1. This is just a kind of simple mathematical what? Question in which is very what? Is as simple as 1 plus 1 which is equals to 2. This is the end of that of our question number 4. The next question is going to be that of question 5, which is going to be the next episode. Bye for now.